very, very, as I go chronically ugly, the good. Congressman Jim Sensenbrenner. The Congressman Sensenbrenner, one of the most conservative congressmen in the country, gave his take this weekend on Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann's Muslim Brotherhood witch hunt. A constituent applauded Bachmann's efforts, and Sensenbrenner responded saying, quote, "The First Amendment prohibits the government from making a distinction between what is a good religion and what is a bad religion. It's none of the government's business. Religion is a personal issue to every one of the people who lives in the United States, whether you practice a faith, how you practice a faith, whether you don't practice a faith, whether you say you're a member of a faith but don't practice it. It's none of the government's business," end quote. You heard that right. One of the most conservative lawmakers in America just stood up for religious freedom and tolerance. Looks like Congressman Sensenbrenner is drinking some different Kool-Aid than the rest of the far right. It's time more conservatives joined him. The bad. Masterpiece Cake Shop. Last week, Dave Mullins and Charlie Craig went to the Lakewood, Colorado bakery to order their wedding cake. While they were getting married in Massachusetts, where same-sex marriage is legal, they wanted a cake for a celebration with family and friends in Colorado. However, the owner of the cake shop, a guy by the name of Jack Phillips, refused to make them a cake. And when asked for the reason behind the decision, Phillips said, "We don't want to talk about that, so you'll just have to make something up." Apparently, we've come to the point in this country where LGBT discrimination is present in little mom-and-pop bakeries, and where we can discriminate against who can and cannot buy a wedding cake. And the very, very ugly Russell Pierce. Pierce, the former Arizona state senator who authored Arizona's controversial SB 1070 immigration law, gave his take this weekend on the shooting in Colorado. Rather than just expressing his condolences to the families of the victims, like most people did, Pierce decided to call out the victims in a Facebook post. In the post, Pierce said, "Had they been prepared to save their lives or lives of others, lives would have been saved. All it was needed was one courageous, brave man, prepared mentally or otherwise to stop this, and it could have been done." End of quote. It's clear Pierce is arguing for weaker gun controls here and thinks that armed moviegoers could have stopped James Holmes. But Pierce is also attacking the courage and the bravery of those who lost their lives last Friday and of those who were injured. A totally uncalled for attack on these men, women, and children, and one that is very, very ugly.